One, hit it the one, but he is able to plow into the end zone. And it's 22-9. And then this sequence late, I'm buddies with a lot of Giant fans. And let me just tell you that this sequence, one of them called the worst goal-to-go situation I've ever seen in my life. That's the third down throw. It's 4th and goal. You're a veteran quarterback. It's a 3-man rush. You've got it hits the upright. Like,
what are we doing?
I don't know, man. Yeah, those looks right there are a faraway stare. New York football fans, man, you guys have had it rough for a while. Tim Hasselbeck is here. Hi, buddy.
What's up?
How are you?
Oh.
You got a touch screen that I think maybe the best way to set it up is to say that this is a Chiefs team that we saw at the peak of their powers obliterate people as a video game come to life. They've been stuck in the mud a little bit, right? Offensively, kind of limited. They don't have their full complement of players, as we discussed, and we will continue to discuss. Noteworthy, Rice is suspended. But what do they still have?
Still have Andy Reid. They still have what I think is probably the best play caller kind of this generation. And I say it because, like, when they are stuck in the mud, it's just like little things can help you win games. You just look at the start of the second half.
Okay, it's 9-6.
Abdul Carter is playing as a stacked linebacker. If we just run this slow-mo, he's a problem. Watch what he does to Creed Humphrey here on a run play. Quick swim move, tackle for a loss. So Andy Reid's like, okay, a little bit later in that drive, you're gonna stack Abdul Carter up there. His thing is to rush the passer. His thing isn't necessarily to be a stacked linebacker. They're gonna give the ball in this jet sweep. You're gonna end up having 2 blockers out here. But keep your eyes on Abdul Carter. What happens here? Look, he's following Pacheco in the backfield, completely out of the play. So they end up getting the first down. Nice little run. Later in that same exact drive, say, all right, you want to keep him as a stacked linebacker because here he is, stacked right here. That's fine. We're actually going to end up running at him, but because of the misdirection, we're going to take him out of the play. So it's going to end up being a wind back run. You fake the jet motion to the top. So that goes up there. You're going to have Pacheco start this way and wind it back. Watch what happens to Abdul Carter right here. He's going to overrun the play, and because he overruns the play, now Pacheco's on the perimeter and running, and then obviously they score on that drive. It's little subtle things like that. Like we talked about Andy Reid being a play designing genius and all that stuff in the passing game. They're really good in the run game as well. And so in a game that's tightly contested, you just need a couple first downs. You need something to get you going because the passing game isn't working. Like, that's how you find ways to win.
Mm-hmm. And as you look at their schedule, they've got Baltimore there at their place next week. Then it's a Monday night game in Jacksonville. Then it's Detroit. You started 0-2. You just can't put yourself so far behind early, especially with the Chargers, who we'll get to later. They've figuring out ways to win games, close games, which hasn't always been their calling card. But Kansas City still has enough institutional sort of excellence to absorb some of these losses. And you've got to win this game somehow. And even if it's not pretty, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you have a great head coach. You have a great quarterback. You've got maybe the best defense coordinator in the game. And so you have a chance, and then hopefully you get some receivers back.
Wilson looks like, how does this frame Dallas's pass defense? My God.
I mean, especially with what happened today.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. Sit tight. Highlights of maybe more compelling action, I guess we could say. What a game in the length. Unbeaten Eagles, unbeaten Rams. No snow like the last time they played in the playoffs. And oh, what do we have here? It's a tush push, and everyone on Twitter, I still call it Twitter. Yeah, that's a little early there on the guard, huh, Tim?
A
little early.
Kind of like last week.
No flag. No flag. Apparently, you could just keep doing whatever. Can't stop it. Can't officiate it. Another tush push. Touchdown. And unfortunately for Philly, Lane Johnson, a stinger, left the game. It's 7-3 late first. Clean pocket and the old gray beard. Little shove there from the vet, Devontae Adams. Create a little space. Touchdown, Rams 10-7. Ensuing Eagles possession, and look out! Jalen McCullough. Here's how things sound in Philly at the break. Rowy bad. I never change, Philadelphia. Love the passion. But you know your guys are going to fight for 60. 19-7, early in the second half, and again, it's Hurts who sacked. Jared Verse, who's an absolute menace, forces the fumble. Rams pounce on it. First play from scrimmage, beautiful play design, and it's Kyren Williams out in space. Up 3 scores are the Rams. Verse, they are feeling it, but Philadelphia will hang in. And looking deep, what a throw. That's A.J. Brown, who's just getting warmed up. Very next play. Dallas Goedert missed last week. This might have been his only target of the day. I could be wrong, but it's an impactful one here as Goddard's got the touchdown. All right, 26-14, 2-score game. Next Philly possession. Under 3 to go in the third. Hurts, Brown, like Devontae. Create a little space. They rarely call OPI. That's his first touchdown of the season. Hurts talking with the defense on the sideline. All right, I'm doing my part. You do yours. Stafford, Puka Nacua. That's a big-time catch, absorbs contact, gets the first down, but they stall. This was really the story of the day. You see 4 field goals already, and here, Joshua Carty's kick is blocked by Jalen Carter. That keeps it a 5-point game. And that hits relatively low in the arm. First kick block of his career, by the way. Keep that in mind for Carty. So now it's a 3rd and 10 play, money down, and it's Brown again. And he is so big and strong, hard to get on the ground. 6 receptions, 109 yards and a touchdown. 4th and goal, the real money down, and Slim Reaper. It's Devontae Smith on a beautiful route, a perfect throw, and the Eagles, who trailed 26-7, are now in front. But here come the Rams. It's Stafford, Nacua, 11 grabs, $112. Rams getting closer. 3 seconds, and it's Carty from 44. Carter and Jordan Davis up the middle again. And as we showed you to start the show, a 1-point lead becomes a 7-point lead. Shout to Swagoo, big man balling. As I said, he hit like 19 miles an hour, which is a lot for a 355-pound man. I think he's actually lost some weight. Looks thinner than that. Tremendous fight from Philadelphia. Down by as many as 19, 26 unanswered. And Davis, after the huge victory, they ain't booing anymore, are they?
What a play to end the game, Jordan. Unbelievable. Tell me about it. What happened?
Just comes down to the basics, the details. We knew he was on short low. Just had to block it, get up there. I'm 6'6", for God's sake. I got to get my hands up. But I couldn't do it without a push on my brothers, man. Boys got to push. Ball on the ground, scoop and run.
Scoop and score, man. You ran the whole way.
Yeah, man. His speed never left. But, man, what a game, man. What a game.
Sal, you got to let the man catch his breath. Sal's the king of Philadelphia. Either him or Dom, I'm not sure. Jalen Hurts has his 10th career dub when trailing by double digits. Only Patrick Mahomes has more since he entered the league. The Rams allow a 19-point second-half lead to evaporate as the 3rd largest lead in team history to get away from it. Tim stayed right where he was from just a moment ago. Completely different team in the second half, right? We showed what Kansas City did to start the second half that gave them a lead they never really were going to relinquish. What did Philly do to totally flip the script in this game?
Well, some personnel changes after Lane Johnson got hurt because they were struggling protecting Jalen Hurts, once Lane came out of the game. Now he comes back. I think what they did was said, look, anytime we have isolated opportunities, one-on-ones for A.J. Brown, we need to take them. And that was the difference when you look at it. So you put them backside at 3-by-1. So trips to the top of the screen, got one-on-one backside. Like for Jalen Hurts, this is a matchup you like every single time, really, versus anybody you're playing. 3-by-1 in the red zone, same thing. He's just too big, too strong, too physical. And as you said in the highlight, like if they're not going to call it, it's indefensible. 3rd and 10, very similar situation. Backside of 3-by-1, isolated route once again. Again, at like the moment of truth, the physicality to catch the football.
Yeah, he won that 50-50 ball, right?
He wins it. And so, to think that he was shut out in the first half, and then in the second half, 6 for over 100 in a score, like they need to get him involved, because when they get him involved, then you can't just one-on-one him. You have to dedicate other people to guard him. Well, now Saquon's running against a lighter box. So, like, it just goes hand in hand, but the protection has to be the thing that comes first.
Felt like Devontae got away with one. Felt like AJ got away with one. So, again, when you're a big physical receiver, play big and physical. The superpower that Philadelphia seems to possess at the moment, and this is going to sound real basic or pedestrian, but I think it's real. They don't lose football games. I'm paraphrasing, but Nick Sirianni said a team that continues to fight is dangerous. And I agree with that 100%. But it takes a certain something, doesn't it, to not just look around on a beautiful Sunday and go, you know what, I guess today's not the day. They just don't have that, do they?
They don't. I think it's Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Like, look, their coach has been a successful coach. They've got good players all over their team. I don't know that there's another quarterback that goes through a game with the amount of poise it seems like he goes through games with. When things are awful, like, it doesn't look any different than if he just threw 2 touchdown passes. And then when you talk to him after the game, it sounds exactly the same. I really think that's it. 33 yards of offense in the first half against Matthew Stafford and that team and what they're doing, and to be unfazed by it, there's leadership that, I think it, helps you persevere through that. I think it's Hurts.
Competitive greatness when it's required, man, and you nail it right there. It's the poise, and it's just never different. That's the stayed in the fight for 60 minutes, and at the end of it, won by 7. Again, significant to some. We'll have more discussion on another 3-0 team, which was also a very popular survivor pick on the road in Cleveland. That Browns defense is rugged, and it's a 3-0 game into the third, and this is a 2nd and 18. Little swing pass to Josh Jacobs, who's able to get 31 on the play. Then later in the drive, 3rd and goal on the 3. Love, play action rolling, and this is great improv, and it's a great moment for John Fitzpatrick. It's Patrick's first career touchdown. Go Pack Go, it's 10-0. It's a 10-3 game, about 3 and change in the 4th, and Love picked by Grant Delpit, who's able to take it all the way to the 4th. Love was backpedaling a bit, that Browns rush on the way, and Delpit, right place, right time, and the Browns have an opportunity to even this thing up. And OHIO, the rookie Quinshon Judkins ties things at 10 apiece. Under 3 to go. Packers on the Cleveland side of the field. Tucker Kraft, who had that enormous game against Washington last week, had a little injury scare, but was available to play this week. And the Packers are now in field goal range, a chance to win it under 30 seconds to go. Shelby Harris blocks the kick from Brandon McManus, and Greg Newsome, the second, recovers. Tremendous timing, lays out, and now Cleveland got to get everything just right. No timeouts. Got to have a clean operation, as they say. That's Joe Flacco.